Volkswagen Group was a leader in making internal combustion engines, otherwise known as ICE cars. However, they got into a situation where a few things went against their interest, and now they're in crisis. This issue could have a huge impact on the company's future. Let's take a closer look at how this happened. You could say that Volkswagen spent a lot of money last year. It's about $200 million, and they used it to build new factories. Instead of making cars that run on gas, they wanted to shift focus to EVs like Tesla and become a top player in the market. Now, fast forward to today, where this whole EV plan has stopped for the time being. This sudden change is a serious issue that could have a negative impact on Volkswagen's positions in the market now and in the future. So what could have possibly gone wrong, right? One thing that we all know for sure is that the EV industry can be complex, involving financial pressures, market dynamics, and strategic missteps. So everyone knows electric cars are becoming more popular around the world. Except Volkswagen has delayed the release of the Volkswagen Golf EV until 2029. The decision is surprising because many people want eco-friendly cars, and the demand for electric cars is still growing. By holding back on new EV models, Volkswagen could lose customers and sour their reputation. Of course, an obvious reason could be underlying financial issues. Now, these have not been fully disclosed, but it's expensive for them to create EV car tech and factories. It's more than possible that production is taking up more resources than expected. At the same time, they have to keep up with other companies that are innovating at a faster rate. Volkswagen's sales of electric vehicles dropped by 4,400 units in the first half of this year compared to the same period last year. While this may not sound like a big decrease, it shows Volkswagen is losing its share of the market for electric cars. This means that other companies are doing better at selling EVs than Volkswagen. Companies like Tesla and NIO in China are making cars according to customers' preference. They're spending more money on people's wants and market trends to stay ahead in competition. But what more are these companies doing to win the car game? Before I answer that, do you know about the importance of China for Volkswagen? China is maybe the company's most important market. In the past, half of its profits and 40% of its sales came from China alone. But recently, Volkswagen's sales in China have dropped by almost 20%. Of course, this decline impacts the company financially. One reason for this drop could be that Chinese companies like Xiaopeng and BYD are making electric cars that are affordable. These companies are growing quickly and taking customers away from Volkswagen. So, it needs to change its strategies and adapt to what customers in China can buy. One idea could be to work with Chinese manufacturers to improve their position in the market. If Volkswagen doesn't do something to change the approach, they're definitely gonna sink further into financial trouble. And really, it's not just Volkswagen struggling in China. Other companies like Mitsubishi, Hyundai, and Kia have faced similar issues. Volkswagen is in a particularly tough spot though because of its major reliance in the Chinese automotive industry. Other brands like Jeep and Mitsubishi have diversified their presence globally. This means that any problem in China directly impacts Volkswagen's overall success. A drop in sales is a big sign that there are major issues within Volkswagen. When comparing Volkswagen to other companies, others have strong customer loyalty, and generally they're just more creative. They make sure that their customers have great experience, and due to this, they use the latest technology that helps with repeat customers. Volkswagen could definitely stand to take a few notes. Adding on to this list of problems is its debt, and it's no small amount, totaling at $190 billion. This debt is rising as well, and they are losing market share, which is making it harder for the company to pay back this massive amount. The hefty dues are stopping Volkswagen from investing further in innovation and their models, which just works to slow them down in the end. This instability also makes it tough for them to secure investments for future projects. To deal with this crisis, the Volkswagen Group would have to make up for this by selling parts of the company that are non-essential, changing the way they work in order to get better deals with people they owe money to. This delay in the Volkswagen EV also heavily affects its optics as a company. Both companies and investors may be thinking that Volkswagen isn't serious about being innovative or being eco-friendly, which are regarded as major values in the car industry today. And sort of as a symptom of not being as innovative, Volkswagen is also not able to keep up with what's popular right now. The solutions to these issues may be rooted in PR. Perhaps if they tried to be transparent about their vision and make it clear that their commitment to sustainability is strong, perhaps it could restore some confidence in the brand. One thing that is clear up till now is that Volkswagen's competitors are not standing still. You must be aware at this point that Chinese EV manufacturers are rapidly advancing. Some of them have introduced battery lifecycle health systems that extend battery life and battery swapping technology. Meanwhile, established players like Tesla continue to push boundaries with their extensive supercharged networks, over-the-air software updates, and self-driving features. The competition is changing rapidly, and Volkswagen's current strategy may not be enough to keep up. Moreover, these other companies are not just utilizing cutting-edge technology, they're also prioritizing customer experience and regularly updating their product offerings to stay ahead in the game. Even Volkswagen's premium and luxury brand, Audi, is facing challenges. Their sales in China dropped by 11.3%, impacting Volkswagen's overall performance. Despite some growth in Western Europe and North America, their decline in China is dragging down global performance. This shows how traditional car brands are struggling in the competitive and changing market. Audi needs to update its cars, make its brand more attractive, and possibly work with others to win back customers. Focusing their efforts on electric and hybrid cars that Chinese buyers may like would be a good plan. The real root of all of Volkswagen's issues is that they're falling behind in both the times and practices. People prefer eco-friendly cars instead of old-fashioned cars with gas engines. Volkswagen's leaders say they focus on sustainably creating value rather than just increasing sales. However, this approach may not match up with what the market needs. The competition in China and the growing popularity of electric vehicles overall call for decisive actions. The upcoming months are important for Volkswagen. The company hopes to see a slight rise in global deliveries, but it will be tough to achieve this given the trends. Typically, the Chinese car market experiences a big boost in sales in the latter part of the year. If Volkswagen doesn't make the most of this opportunity, its global sales will drop. So the company is at a critical point. They have decided to stop developing new electric vehicles, even though the market for EVs is growing rapidly. Their sales and market shares, especially in China, are falling. This tacked on with a lot of debt and old-fashioned products, Volkswagen's future is looking uncertain. The company needs to change its strategy and make bold decisions to catch up with the changing car industry. If they don't, Volkswagen could end up going by the wayside. But what do you think? Do you think they could really go under? And how do you think they could possibly recover? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.